God's big story. This week, Gideon leads God's army.
Hi friends, welcome to BKids. I'm Emily and it is so good to see you. Before we hear a true story from the Bible, let's sing a song to worship God. Let's warm up those voices. La 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 la! Ooh, whoop. All right, here we go.
Let's move and sing to God.
You never turn away, you never leave my side. And every time I call your name out just to find that you're already right here with me, never been alone. I can trust you with my heart, 'cause this I know. You are always faithful, you love me from the start. No matter what I'm facing, I will trust you with my heart. You are more than able to lead me through the dark. Your love is never failing, I will trust you with my heart. Whoa, I will trust you with my heart. There are days when I feel I need a friend, and then I hear your voice reminding me again that you're already right here with me, never been alone. I can trust you with my heart, 'cause this I know. You are always faithful, you love me from the start. No matter what I'm facing, I will trust you with my heart. You are more than able to lead me through the dark. Your love is never failing, I will trust you with my heart. Whoa, I will trust you with my heart. No matter what may come, no matter what I go through, God, you are never gonna fail me, I will trust you with my heart. No matter what may come, no matter what I go through, God, you are never gonna fail me, I will trust you with my heart. You are always faithful, you love me from the start. No matter what I'm facing, I will trust you with my heart. You are more than able to lead me through the dark. Your love is never failing, I will trust you with my heart. Whoa, I will trust you with my heart. Whoa, I will trust you with my heart. Whoa, I will trust you with my heart.
It's time for a true story from the Bible.
Have any of you ever read the book series called Who Would Win? Let's try a few of these on our own, okay? Who would win? A hippopotamus or an ostrich? All right, raise your hand if you think the hippopotamus would win. Okay, now raise your hand if you think the ostrich would win. Interesting. Let's try another. Okay, who do you think would win? An orangutan or a moose? Put your hands up if you think the orangutan will win. Okay? Now put your hands up if you think a moose will win. Cool, I don't know. Okay, now last one. Who do you think would win? An army of over 100,000 or an army of only 300? If you think the 100,000 army would win, put your hand up. Okay, and if you think the army of 300 would win, put your hand up. That's a tricky one. Today, we'll hear how Gideon fits into God's big story, and it's found in the book of Judges. Watch and see who will win.
Slapstick Theater, Gideon's 300 Men. This is Gideon, who was a judge of Israel. In the time when Gideon lived, a group of people called the Midianites were taking over the Israelites' land,
Get out of here!
and the Israelites were starving. So the Israelites asked God for help. God chose Gideon to rescue the Israelites
Hey, everybody!
and gave him the power to lead an army of Israelites.
Yeah!
One day, Gideon and his army got up early and came close to the Midianite camp. God told Gideon that he had too many warriors with him.
Really?
So God told Gideon to let all the men who were scared go home.
All right, you can go home. Phew.
So 22,000 men went home, and Gideon was left with only 10,000. But God told Gideon that he still had too many men with him.
What, really?
He told Gideon to bring the men down to the water and that God would give them a test.
Okay.
Gideon did as God asked, and then God said, "Divide the men in two groups. In one group, put all those who cup water in their hands and lap it up with their tongues like dogs. In the other group, put those who kneel down and drink with their mouths in the stream." Only 300 men drank from their hands. God told Gideon, "With these 300 men, I will rescue you and give you victory over the Midianites. Send all the others home." So Gideon did as God said.
You can go home.
That night, God told Gideon to get up and go down to the camp to listen to what the Midianites were saying.
Hey, Pura, let's go.
Gideon and his servant Purah went down to the camp and saw the huge army. There were too many men and camels for Gideon to even count.
Whoa, that's a lot of camels.
But Gideon heard a soldier telling another man about a dream he had that showed them that God would give Gideon victory over the Midianites. When Gideon heard this, he worshipped God.
Come on.
Then Gideon and his army of 300 men went down to the Midianite camp. They blew their horns and held torches in their hands. They yelled out, and the Midianite soldiers rushed around in a panic and tried to escape. Then God caused the Midianites to start fighting against each other. Because of God's power, Gideon and his army had victory over the Midianites that day.
Wow. Can you believe that Gideon's teeny army won against this huge army of the Midianites? The Israelites won because Gideon trusted God, and he did what God told him to do. God's people, Israel, had enemies like the Midianites because they had messed up and they had sinned. Now, to sin means to choose your own way instead of God's way. The Israelites needed saving, and God was the only one who could do that. God wanted to show Israel that they could trust his way. Israel celebrated this victory for some time, but soon they forgot to trust and obey God. Israel kept forgetting God again and again and again. Now, the Bible is God's big story, and God chose Gideon to be a part of it.
It's time for our Bible verse.
Have you been practicing your Bible verse? Okay, say it with me if you know it. It starts with God's way. Here we go. God's way is perfect. 2 Samuel 22:31. Excellent. Okay, now let's say it again, but this time, let's do it in teeny tiny voices. Ready? God's way is perfect. 2 Samuel 22:31. Wonderful. The Bible tells us that God's way is perfect, and we know that the Bible is God's big story.
Let's move and sing to God.
Why would I worry? 'cause you